Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to my wrap-up show. This is episode 11. So I'm going to start today real quick and just tell you what we have in store for this episode. It's going to be a little different than most wrap-ups. Why? Because volume is so light in the market. So I'm going to go over a watch list of mine not too far in and explain to you which stocks are going up, why they're going up, and why they might be able to be added to your watch list. So real quick, just for those people who are new here, I'm usually here for two reasons: to simplify and level the playing field, but I changed that. I'm here for one reason alone, to make you a better trader, to make everything you do better at trading, whether it's your entry point or your strategy or developing a theory or just understanding trading better or the market. Whatever you can take from this broadcast or this live stream, that's great. Okay, so let's just get into the market right away, and then we'll get into my watch list. Today, what did we see? Okay, fifth straight day, light volume. So I've mentioned that now since last Tuesday. So now, we're basically 5 straight days of light volume. What does that mean? It means we're seeing the market sell off, but like paper cuts. It's like dying from 1,000 paper cuts. It's never a good thing. So I'm going to talk to you after I quickly summarize and just explain to you about the stepping in shit, the reevaluating your positions, okay? Because there's no reason, if you're in tech or heavy into tech, to ride it down, because tech's been struggling. So here we go. 5 straight volume days, very light. 5 straight tech sell-off days. There's a correlation, obviously, all right? People are moving money out of tech, even though the volume's light, out of tech and into the recovery stocks. Now, what do I mean by recovery stocks? Well, that's why I want to get to my watch list, because I'm going to point out stocks to you. I'm going to let you look at them, add them to your watch list. I'm not telling you I'm invested. I'm telling you, if the market continues now the same way it's going on, you might as well have an accurate watch list to know what you could potentially invest in and make some good returns. Okay, so let me just see what I was going to go over here with you guys, review some stocks. Okay, yeah, so reevaluate. If you're in a shitty stock, rather than keep stepping in shit and, staying there, step out of shit, sell your position, take the loss, reevaluate, step to the side, think of a new position. You don't have to jump right into the market. You could take a bearish position. You could buy puts. You could hope the sell-off continues in the NASDAQ, and you could buy call options in the SQQQ. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor, but again, if you have a different strategy, that's fine. There are ways to play it. So say you think tech is going to sell off for another 5 days, which it could, which is why I'm bringing this up. All right, say you think tech's going to sell off 5 more days, you could buy call options in the SQQQ. It's a way to hedge your bet. Tech goes down for 5 days, you're making money in the SQQQ. You're still holding your long-term positions because, they're stock and you don't want to time the market. So that's just a quick, easy way to hedge. But reevaluate, okay? If you're in positions that aren't getting beat up, but they're struggling a little, just zoom out. Look at the bigger chart. Again, teach a lesson about that. So just zoom out, look at the bigger chart. And I say that with some Bitcoin or some crypto-related stocks. I mean, crypto is just crushing it these days. Yet some of these exchanges, even the famous Coinbase, is having problems. What was it, 382? Now it's like 297. So it's either a great bargain at this price or you stay away. Again, it might go down lower. If it does, it's going to be a good bargain. We know Kathy Wood likes Coinbase. We know she's heavily invested. Everything she invests in for a reason. It's not to lose money. It's not like we have to have FOMO and follow her in. We're looking for the best price. We're looking for the sale. We're looking for the entry point. But if you follow Kathy Wood on Twitter and she announces what stock she's going to, you add them to your watch list. The stocks go down 10%, 15%. Guess who's going to support them? She will. She'll be buying more. So as long as you follow her and understand what she's thinking, then you could get in at a better price. Just like when I give alerts, 5, 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later, you get in a better price. Oh, since I'm speaking about my alerts, let's talk about it real quick. So this morning, I liked 2 stocks. And I'll give everybody, if you're here watching me live stream, I appreciate it. So I'm going to give you the insight right now. Kimball. So KBAL. I liked them. They actually went up 1% today. There's strong demand. There's always light volume in the stock, but I really like it. So that's one of my plays. I bought 2 positions. I'm doing okay. The other stock that I like, Plug, PLUG. Terrible day. I thought it was going to be off 4%, and that's when I was going to jump in. And what happened? It dropped like 7.5%. The good news, and why I feel so comfortable, is instead of buying options that expired Friday, I went out to May 21st. I gave myself so much time, and I'm not stressing at it at all. So I'm actually really happy with the position that I'm in with this stock and with my options. Again, if you're following my platform, it's on my spreadsheet. Everything I trade is transparent. Okay. I wish there were more alerts for you guys, but there aren't because I don't want to get you guys in trouble. Anyway, so let's talk about my third alert today, which was NEO. Okay. I think it was 39 and 44 cents or something like that. I think it closed right around there. Why do I like NEO? I like it because there's strong demand. I like it for the fundamentals. I like it for the chart. Okay. It's also the example I'm using in my option strategy, which is why I purchased today. I have a long-term option strategy with NEO, which is September options. I think the stock will be north of $50, maybe closer to $60. So the option I bought in today, I think I paid $5.83 to $5.90. Okay. The option, because everybody's curious, was NEO September, strike price $40. Okay. Followed the rules. I bought myself extra time, which made me feel good on my first trade. Even though plug went down after I bought it, I was like, I've got extra time. It's a 1 or 2 day or 3 day hiccup. It's going to turn around, and when it does, it's going to push hard north. I saw the demand. So I'm comfortable with that position. I might have even actually bought another position. I don't remember. I did so much trading today. It wasn't even funny. So with that said, so NEO, it's September calls. So I'm bullish on the stock, $40. So it's in or at the money. So we're right around $40. And I paid $5.90. Let's round up. Let's say I paid $6. Okay. So $600 per contract. If the stock is at $46 by September, I will break exactly even. If the stock is at $52, I will make 100% of my money. Okay. If the stock is 58, I'll make 200% of my money. So what I'm sharing with you is there are safe ways to play options. So I was making an options video real quick today, and I kept getting tongue-tied around this delta and theta and gamma, and none of that shit matters to me. Okay. What's most important is delta. And I'm just going to go real quick into an options lesson. Okay. Delta is how your options price moves. So when you look at your option, whatever option it is, if the delta is like 0.60, right? 0.6. If the stock goes up by $1, it's going to move 60 cents higher, your option price. So when I say we're looking to enter an option on a sale, right? So find your delta, it's 0.6, let's say for NEO, right? NEO goes down by $1. The option price goes down by 60 cents. The same option I entered into this morning was as high as $6.93. So if I purchased at $6.93 and it's trading now at, let's say, $5.90 again, all right, I'm off a full dollar. I'm off about 18% starting out on a new trade. Now, anybody that trades options, you don't want to start out down 18% because what happens tomorrow if the stock opens up down 40 cents? Now you're down like 53%. It's crazy. So if you enter at the lower price, if you get that sale price, if it sparks, goes right past where you needed to tick by for you to buy the option. Again, I gave the alert. I know people bought it at least 15 cents lower than me. All right. You guys always do. You always beat me to the punch. The point is, if I'm correct about the option, I make 100 or 200%. You'll make 115, 230%. Again, it's a safe play. Now, I'm not telling you to play options, but I was making this video today. Back to the video. And there's so many misconceptions about options, okay? First off, you need a lot of money. Not true, okay? You need to be really sophisticated in trading. Not true as well, okay? Options are really hard to understand. Again, not true, okay? So those are 3 things that I just wanted to share with you guys because I've been repeating it to myself, and it's so true. So if you're scared about options, wait for my video. It's coming out. I did something in episode 3 as a wrap-up to talk about options, which was pretty good, and I simplified it. But don't be scared, but don't enter into an options play if you don't understand it. Somebody reached out to me today, used my alert, and bought a put instead of the call at the right time, at the same time that I originally bought it. So the 10-minute rule, what did it go? It went down. So I told the person, hold on to it. Hold on for a day. The NASDAQ's tanking. I don't know why I bought plug. I said the NASDAQ could literally fall off a cliff, and it did like 5 minutes later, and I'm like, I'm such an idiot. I mean, really, talk about feeling bad. So I want to go into that real quick because I felt it myself today. I want to tell you guys, you're not alone, right? So if there are times that you're doing something and your timing is all off, like you're selling something, as soon as you sell it, it goes up, or you're buying something, as soon as you buy it, it goes down, right? And you're like, I'm the biggest idiot. Oh, I shouldn't have bought 100 shares. I should have just bought 10 shares to first. Right? We all make mistakes. So the point of this story is I just want to tell you guys, you're not alone, all right? I started feeling bad about myself, and I'm like, well, what about some of these people? They enter in too high. They don't know the rules, and there are no specific rules to how you invest. but there's a way to be a better investor. The better investor gets the best value. All right. It's all about percentage gain. I've mentioned this before. It doesn't matter if you have $500 or like 5,000 or 50,000. It's all about percentage gain. If you're making 20%, you're pretty darn happy. If you're making 50% on a trade, you're pretty darn happy. You know, in the old days, and I say the old days, like 20 years ago, right? If your financial advisor, which you pay a fee to, returns you 10, 12%, it was a hell of a year. All right. Now we're millennials, we're retail traders. This is what we want to do for a living. This is how we want to trade. We want to be smart. So the best way to be smart is to trade like the institutions. I'm telling you, these institutions have such money on the sidelines. It's not even funny. I've got like 61% of my money on the sidelines. People have up to 74%. There's just no volume. There's so much money sitting on the side. So that's a good thing or a bad thing. Right now, they're just going to hold true and they're going to invest in the stocks that I'm about to tell you about my watch list. So that was kind of it. I just wanted to share that with you. I'm going to go into a few stocks on my watch list, more than a few. I'm going to share about 20. I'm going to give you the ticker. I'm going to let you know the industry and what I'm seeing with it and why it's added to my watch list and what it could potentially do. So if you're looking for investments or your stocks are struggling, right? You're in these biotech stocks and they're down. It was $1. Now it's 80 cents. Or you're in whatever it is, Sundial and it goes down, or Castor Marine, or whatever it is, GameStop, AMC. Why is AMC going down? Movie theaters are opening. I'm trying to give you stronger demand plays. I track demand. I track volume. That's what I see. So if you want to see what I'm seeing, I'm going to give you stocks. Look at the ticker. All right. Look at the 1 month chart. It's inflow versus outflow. So I'm seeing much more inflow. I'm seeing much more volume than everything else. Everything else is volume is like 20%. So if I'm seeing volume that's close to 90% of the average trade, that's pretty substantial these days, at least the past 5 days. So what am I expecting in the market tomorrow? Probably something similar. But let's get to my stocks, my watch list. I'm gonna give them off. All right. So first off, NFTs. All right. NFTs are somewhat hot again. All right. There is demand now. A lot of these NFTs have low float. So I'm looking at two of the best in class right now. And to me, that's TKAT. All right. There seems to be good demand. And Dolphin. Some of you know Dolphin is a little less priced. And again, I'm just looking at the 1 month chart. There's been selling past 2 days, which has discounted TKAT from $38 to $29. All right. So you're losing $9. It's about 24% off from its high 3 days ago. Now we know the market's been poop for the last 5 days, but specifically the last couple of days, right? So this could be a good time to jump into that. It's on my watch list because I'm going to do an NFT play. I'm going to do this one, or I'm going to do Dolphin, which is the lower priced one. Let me just pull that one up. Boom. Dolphin down after hours. Again, heavy volume, light float or low float. Okay. Low demand, but it was selling today. So the low volume was selling. I can show you what I'm looking at. But if you look at the 1 month chart, you'll see exactly what I see. The big green, heavy demand, the little tiny yellow, light selling. But if there's no volume today, the light selling impacts the price and drives it down. So there are two NFTs right there. Okay. Back to civilization plays. So the Dow's going up. Carnival, Delta, some of the airlines might not be struggling, or they might be flat. You're in an airline. Hey, it only popped 10 cents today. Why? A cruise ship. It was either up, down, or right at the middle. Why is it not popping? It's been higher. It should be 10% higher. So what are they investing in? How's the Dow keep going up? I don't understand what's happening. So I did my research. So there are stocks like Lockheed Martin, which is a Dow play, but specifically return to society stocks. The stocks you see in the mall. I mean, the companies you see in the mall, okay? If you're in the mall in middle America or wherever you are, this is what I suggest. Look out. Look at these companies. See if their stores are popular. If they are, write them down. Guess what? These are stocks that are going to recover. Now, you know I like Party City. I've mentioned it more times than not. Mentioned it at $5.50. Now we're north of $7, or actually $7.30. That's great. That's $1.80. That's at least like 22% in the past, week and a half? So again, there are some stocks that are doing well. So let's go back. Foot Locker. Foot Locker gained 4% today. Now I was watching Foot Locker since $32. Right now we're at $61. So again, Foot Locker, it'll be in your mall, your outlet store, something to that extent. Urban Outfitters up 6%. Now I mentioned Urban Outfitters in one of my recap episodes when there was heavy options volume in Urban Outfitters, but you might want to add that. So Foot Locker's FL, Urban Outfitters, URBN. It was up 6% today. It's at 38. I could have sworn I mentioned that like at $34 or something like that, maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Anyway, okay. So actually, it looks like all these stocks look like they can move a lot higher. When I say a lot higher, I mean like 20%. Now, 20% when the market's struggling. So let's just take Urban Outfitters. If I think it could pop to 47, go up $9 from 38, right? 38 to 47, $9, about 20, a little over 20%. And your stocks are struggling. Or your biotech stock is losing 3% today, lost 9% yesterday, 2% tomorrow. I mean, cumulative, you could lose 15%. I'd rather be on the side. So if you don't like your positions, I'm not telling you have to invest in Urban Outfitters. I'm telling you, if you don't like your position and you look at the chart and the chart shows that it's not even at the bottom yet. So you say to me, when are we going to be at the bottom? People have been asking me on the side, when are we going? So I look at different charts. When are we going to be at the bottom? Plantier, okay? Plantier went to 24. It's back at 22. That's right around the middle ground. The bottom for Plantier would be 20. So when we had this sell-off in March, and the market, stocks went down 25 to 40%, okay? Then we bounce back up. Right now, we're at that midway part again. So we're halfway between where the stocks were like March 12th, 13th, 14th, and the highs that we saw maybe a week ago, okay? So either the chart's going up like it did, down halfway, and it's either going to go back up even higher, or it's going to retrace to do a double bottom. So at least you know what you're looking for. There are stocks like Blink. So if Blink makes its way back to $32, $33, yeah, the market's selling off again. The Nasdaq's selling off again. And again, it's green energy, but it's tech. So when you're in Riot or Mara and Bitcoin spikes and it's holding 57 or 56.5 or 58,000, whatever it's holding, but it's going down, and you're saying, why is it going down? It's because the Nasdaq is going down, because there's been 5 straight days of selling. I'm not saying there's going to be 5 straight days of buying, but it's not going to sell every day. There is value there. So let me just go back to my watch list here because I want to give you guys more stock. Okay, more return to society stock. The Gap. Okay, I remember the Gap at 14. I was seeing heavy inflow. Went to 18. I finally bought some. Sold it at 23. What happened? It went to 29 like the next day. So we all make mistakes. We're all human. Okay, so that was 29. The Gap is now $35, up 7% today. All right, I got a chart later. There was huge selling from 3:30 on for the Gap. Institutions were shedding their positions basically, and I'm going to show you how I know that. So stay put for my charts coming up. I'm going to do some more stocks first. Churchill Capital, right? CCIV, Lucid Motors, guys like that. It was off 5% today, 5.6%. It's under $20. So again, I like the cars. I'd be looking to maybe establish a position. But if the market goes down, that one could drop 10% more. I think that one could see $18 and change. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if the Nasdaq sells off for 2 or 3 more days, okay, let me give you a quick prediction, okay? Actually, this is a good one. I meant to mention this earlier. What am I thinking about the market, or when are we going to see the market turn around? All right, I give everybody a minute to focus because I'd be darn excited about it too. I actually think we're 50-50. I think I'm 100% be right, but it's 50-50. It's either happening tomorrow afternoon at like 2:30. I think the market will be rough tomorrow morning. It's either going to happen 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, or we're going to see it happen on Wednesday. So if the market does sell off and continue tomorrow, like it opens high and then it just sells off and just flattens out, I'm going to be buying the market at the end of tomorrow. Okay. So you want to know transparency? Again, if the market sells off tomorrow at the end of the day and stays flat, there's no end of day bounce. I'm going to be making it bounce tomorrow afternoon at 3:50 p.m. because I happen to think Wednesday is going to be a positive day in the market. I don't think we're going to get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sell, and we ended last week light volume. I think there are people waiting inside. The same way I'm getting like itchy in my mouth, like, oh God, I almost want to buy that stock. It looks so good. I think there are other people. Yeah, so if you're new here, please subscribe right down here, push notifications. That's pretty cool. Let me go on a little more, okay? So we got companies like ChargePoint. So I like Plug today. ChargePoint went down 7%. I didn't get to Plug yet. Let me just see where that is. Okay, 6.59%. So almost the same. It's a little better. But Blink falls in the same category. So it's Blink, ChargePoint, all those green energy stocks. You have Neo. First Solar's been hit hard. It's off 20% in the last week and a half. Okay, Canadian Solar as well is off probably like what, 12, 15%. So green energy will pop. Now, millennials, new investors, they got ahead of themselves. They saw the Biden plan. They knew he's pushing for green energy, for recharging stations, for all these things. And they bought the shares and they paid too much money. And the institutions sold the shares knowing that retail traders would buy the shares, and they pushed it down hard. That's why we've been seeing selling for 5 days in a row. It's going to stop. I don't know if it stops tomorrow. I don't know if it stops Wednesday, but it's going to stop. All right, skills. Now, someone mentioned skills. It was like 14. I think it popped as high as maybe like 18, 19, 20. It's back to 1652. Again, I'm not saying that's a fair value for it, but again, it's on my watch list there. If it loses another 10%, I think that's capitulation. I'm in. So that's another stock that I'm watching that if it drops 10%, I'm ready to jump on it. You should have stocks that you know that you're interested in, but at the right level. Okay. Romeo Power, again, dropped to $8.27, down a little after hours, so it's $8.20. It's on my watch list again, and you guys know we were in Romeo Power a couple times. Let me just see if I can finish off. Okay, Delta's off, Delta's 40. Yeah, I mean, Delta, Carnival, I like, a lot. Okay, Ebon, a lot of you want to know about Ebon, okay? There's definitely a short at work again. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm watching the trading after hours. I'm watching the trading. They came out with bad earnings. Whoever was short before jumped on board and is pushing it down. If I'm thinking about jumping ship, which I wasn't, I was like 20%. I'm like, maybe I should just sell my position and put all this money someplace else instead of watching it. But there's a nice short interest there, and I thought maybe we'd jump. Yeah, why is it going the wrong way? Because they reported earnings and it stunk. Now, again, crypto's hot. The exchanges are hot. Unless they're run by just the stupidest of people, which I don't think so. I've seen their platform. I've used their platform. Again, if you're going to invest in a stock, use its product. I don't care what it is. Ask people that use the product and make sure they like it. If they're using whatever razor it is and they're like, it gives me razor burn, don't invest in the company. There are certain things. So I spoke to people that trade crypto on Ebonics, their platform. They love it. They say it's great. Oh, yeah. So I do have a community here. The whole thing about my community is I'm trying to teach you guys how to trade better. And my goal would be to teach 1 million people how to trade better and really disrupt the way the institutions treat us. And I include myself with you guys because they treat us all the same way. They have enough money to push the market, to manipulate the market, to do it to stocks. And light volume days like this, you could see a stock go from up 6% to down 10%. It's pure manipulation. But this is what we're used to. And as long as you're on the right side or you plan ahead for it, it's great. Somebody gave an example. It wasn't a stock I alerted to, but they used my suggestion, my platform, and they bought in. And as soon as they bought in, they put in to sell the same option for I think a 50% gain or something to that extent. And it got executed within 15 minutes today. So the person had it for 15 minutes. I don't know if they made $50 or $500, but we'll see. Okay, I've got, rather than going through all my stocks, let me get to your questions today. I'm just going to shorten it up today. Let me get to some slides real quick, and then we'll get to your questions and answer some questions about your stocks and what you want to know. Okay, so this is the person I was mentioning. They were into UPS today, and UPS was going skyrocketing for 5 days in a row, and they saw the peak today. And when they saw the peak today and they thought the market might sell off, they entered into a put contract. And then as soon as they bought the put contract and it was executed, 6 minutes later, their order to sell the contract went through. And I think they made $100 in 5 minutes. So that's a great return. I don't know how much the contract was. I don't know how much the investment was. But let's say it was $200 and they made $100. That's a 50% return in 5 minutes. So as soon as you buy whatever option it is, right, put or call, you put in your sell price for whatever gain it is, 50%, 70%, 30%. It doesn't matter. You don't want to be a watcher. That's not what I'm teaching. I'm teaching you guys to plan ahead. So if all you get from this broadcast tonight is planning ahead and getting the best entry point and having a strategy, you're basically halfway there. You got to put it in a row. You got to do it over and over again. Let's go to the next slide. Let's see what we got. Next slide. Yeah. So again, I just gave out an alert to everybody this morning, tell you guys how light volume was. I didn't want people to get anxious or chase any stocks because stocks could easily go up a lot and down a lot all in the same day. You can see your stock up 2% to down 6% and then pull back even by the end of today. Let's go on to the next slide, please. Okay, so I also alerted that Party City today because Party City is one of those kind of return to society plays. It's a Dow stock. It's in your outlet store. It's in your mall. Target would be there probably as well. I'm just thinking about what's in my place in Miami. So we have Party City. It's right next to Target, and I'm trying to think of what other places. It's been so long since I've been there, but those are the kind of shops. Those are the kind of stocks that you want to look at. So Party City's been so strong. Now it's $2 higher from when it was basically bottomed out, which we announced. So let me go on to the next slide, please. I don't have many tonight, and then we'll go on to stocks. Neo, this is just the alert that I gave. Let's keep going, please. Okay, so yeah, when I gave the Neo alert, it was 39, I think 44, and people thought they missed it. But the whole point is, if you plan ahead, and I gave my pricing, right? So you plan ahead on another dip to go back to where Matt bought it, or even under there. It wouldn't surprise me if it went down to like 39.20 or something like that after I gave an alert. Stocks like to drop another % or two. So if you plan accordingly, especially with options play, right? You could save 10% over me, 20% over me. I've seen people save 25% over me. It's always about planning ahead. So again, if my options are flat or even the slightest bit profitable, say I sell at 23% and you plan better, you'll be closer to 40, 44, 45%. All right, let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, so I was just going to show you about the gap. I mentioned the gap today. I mentioned how high it's been and how hot it's been. If you look just at the bottom of the chart, you'll see around 3 o'clock, there was just heavy selling minute after minute, and that's a 5-minute chart. So every 5 minutes, and it gets bigger and spikes at certain times. So that right there is telling me at least 2 institutions sold out probably on their full position, just based on volume, just based on chart, and just based comparing it to every other time in the day. So what does that tell me? Well, it tells me that some of these stocks that might have jumped today, like the Gap, like Foot Locker, like other retail plays, I'm sure maybe Bed Bath & Beyond or those other stocks might have done well. I'd be cautious about those, okay? The Dow is moving, but we're really not seeing the strength in the market. Volume is so light. So I'd be extremely cautious on the Dow. In fact, I might suggest playing the SDOW, which I'm looking at, okay? So I mentioned the SQQQ as your play. If you think the Nasdaq's going to fall for another 5 days, I'm looking at the SDOW. So let me just see if I have any more slides. If not, we're just going to go right to questions. And I don't. Excellent. That's the best thing in the world. All right. So just to recap, what we're seeing in the market is such light volume these days. I'm going to go over your questions right now. I've got my old phone here because it's so much better. Hey, Matt, my account is $200 and I can't trade options. How should I go about growing it? Okay, so real quick, I'm not telling you you should cheat the system or anything like that. I'm suggesting that if you want to trade options, even if your account has $200 and you want to pick a good winning position and you want to get in cheap, you can, okay? You go and you apply for options and they ask you how experienced you are and you tell them, I'm a very experienced trader. And they say, how long have you been trading? And you say, I've been trading 20 plus years. Whatever the option is that makes you the smartest, most educated, most experienced trader. Now, I'm not telling you lie, cheat, steal, whatever it is. I'm telling you, if you want to trade options, you can. I did all my research today. And you know what? A lot of these accounts that start out so small, I'm not telling you to gamble, okay? I mentioned today, options are supposedly risky. They're not. It's all about planning. It's all about entry point. It's all about having strategy and exiting. If you can make 30% on a trade or 40% on a trade, what you do is you buy the dip at 2:30 in the afternoon. You look for the morning spike the next day. You set your options price and you sell it for a 50% gain. So we're going to talk about that. Again, episode 3, I speak about that. I'm making an options video, but you can do whatever you want. So how else can you grow it? You just have to follow the rules. 25% rule. You find a stock that you think is beaten up or can move. A lot of people picked FAMI, F-A-M-I. I mentioned it the other day. They were above $1. Then they did an offering. It went to like 35 cents. I said, be wary about it because the offering's at 30 cents. However, there was demand. There were retail traders. You guys love stuff under 50 cents because you could buy like 1 million shares. Not exactly 1 million shares, but like 1,000 shares. And it's like $500. Dude, I got 1,000 shares. If it goes up $1, I make, I do the math. I get it. If it goes up $1, you make $1,000. If it goes up $2, you make, it's a lot of return. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but you're right. Push from 35 to 51 cents. That's 16 cents. That's like 30%. So congratulations. If you got in before it went down, you're in big trouble. But if you can call the bottom in any stock it doesn't matter. It's all about timing. It's all about entry points. So your $200 could be worth $300. And then you sell it and you do it again and your 300 becomes 450. I'm talking about a 50% return to sim. It's not likely, but that's why you have to be persistent and stay on the side and watch the market and figure out what works for you. If you like to look at the most active list, okay, a lot of people like to do that and they try and jump in as soon as they see something spiking. A lot of people are good like that. You just have to be extremely quick. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. I see the next one is SunCoke Energy. I don't know the stock, but if it's an energy stock, I'm going to assume that it's kind of beaten up like the other energy stocks. No, it looks actually like there was a lot of demand today, even when they were selling. There's just been a lot of volume here lately. And I'm right, yeah. And they actually have earnings, which is good. So the stock is SXC. It's in the NASDAQ. Price per book looks good. Shares outstanding, 82 million, not bad. It's at its what? It's close to its all 52-week high. So I have spoken about this before. If you find a stock that's a momentum play, it hits a 52-week high. Guess what? If you continue to invest in that stock, it's going to go higher. On average, when you hit a 52-week high, they go about 40 to 42% higher. All right? I'm a numbers guy. So if you take nothing else from this whole broadcast, you could look out and you could just Google, Siri, stocks that hit new time high today. Please show me a list. And it'll be like, boom, 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 and there's your list. And you know what? If you bought one share of each of those stocks at the all-time high, even though it's at the all-time high, and we don't have FOMO, all right, 4 to 6 weeks later, you're going to look, your stocks are going to be up 20, 24%, 42%, 38%. And in a tough market like this, that might be a good idea. So new traders, if you'd like, there's a creative idea. I'm not telling you to buy every stock that is at an all-time high. But do your research. There are probably today, I'm assuming there are probably 100 stocks that are a new time high, all-time high now. Just today. Even though you think the market was tough today, I bet there were at least 100 stocks that hit all-time highs today at some point during the day. Now, it would be great if it hit an all-time high and then it sank a little. It sank 2% at the end of the day. Because then if you're purchasing, you're going to get 2% real quick. And then if it jumps another 20%, now you're going to be 22%. So anybody that has an extra time, when you're done watching this video, please just Google it. Stocks that hit all-time highs on April 3rd. It's a great idea. Okay, can I reiterate the 25% and the 10% rule? Okay, I'm going to do it real quick because I know a lot of people know this rule. 25% rule is you're not investing 25% of your portfolio. You're not selling for a 25% profit. It has nothing to do with that. It means, say I have $10,000 in my account right here to invest. All right, I'm going to pick out 4 positions. All right, so each position is going to take $2,500. Actually, that's bad. I don't want to confuse 25 and 25. All right, I have $5,000. I'm going to pick 5 stocks. So each stock's going to get $1,000. Okay, 5 stocks, $1,000 each. That's my $5,000. Okay, so how do I use my 25% rule? So stock A gets $1,000. So you use 25% of it. So stock A, your initial investment is $250. I don't care if the stock's $10 or $50 or $250. You could buy 1 share of Facebook. That's it. So the 10% rule, okay, is just how you enter into stock. So the 10% rule is if your stock goes down 10%, say you buy Facebook at $330 and it goes down to $300 again, you could buy another share. It's the smart way of averaging down. You're saving money on the side so you never run out of money. Now, of course, you're going to run out of money. But if you have $5,000 and you set $1,000 per each of your 5 positions and you follow the rules, then you're going to be allowed to average down 3 times. Now, with options, it's a little different. There's no 10% rule. If options and your option is down 40% or 50%, right, at least 40%, then you're allowed to average down with the second buy. So if you buy 1 contract at $500 and it goes down to $300, which is 40%, you're right? Then you could buy 2 more contracts at $300. So you're $500, $300, $300. You're $1,100 in. You have 3 contracts, right? So your average price is basically $370. So instead of $500 where you first bought in, again, I'm just doing it real slow. It's just math. You paid $5 for the first one. You pay $3 and $3 for the second and third. You average down when it's 40% or 50%. Now, the only exceptions to that rule are if your option is expiring this Friday, you're not giving yourself enough time. The point about averaging down is to make your trades better, to give yourself a better average price, a lower price, a quicker way to make profit. But if your options are expiring on Friday, I wouldn't do that. If you want to average down, let's use SRNE for an example. I know someone asked me to speak about that. SRNE. I like it. Again, volume's so light, so I can't help that the market's selling off for the 5th straight day. If the market were positive today, I expect that stock to spike. But again, it spiked with some news from $7.50 to $8.80. And I mentioned the other day, it wouldn't surprise me if it retracted down to $8. I'm surprised it did the other day when the market was so beat up. Well, guess what, Matt? You got your wish. It went back to $8 today. I'm not happy about that, but it didn't surprise me. It held $7.90, $7.91 pretty well. It went lower than that, but it bounced back. So my point is, if you like SRNE, right, which I do, I'm looking at some September options. That way I don't have to worry. So I'm going to average down by basically saying, okay, I put 3,000 in my first position. I'm going to put 3,000 in my second position. It doesn't have to be the same position. It's like you don't throw poop after poop. If one of your positions is sucking, you want to make sure your second position or your next position is much better. So I'm not saying that that's going to be a bad position, the one that expires May 7th. But the way the market is, it's more scary. All right, so again, 10% rule is the way we average down on stocks. We wait for our stock to go down 10%, and then we buy a second 25% position. Okay. Did y'all have a green day today? So me personally, right? So my plug options, I think I'm down about $1,200. NEO held pretty strong. So again, it was a tough market because I was looking at the rest of my trackers, and some of my trackers were off 8%, 9%, 12%, 16%. I know the market was green. The Dow was green. Tech was red. But again, it's more about the tracker. My stocks are more prevalent stocks that make more sense to the market. I don't care about Lockheed going up 7 points because nobody I know owns Lockheed. Old people that like dividend stocks, and maybe that's where the market's going. Dividend stocks, reoccurring revenue. So a bloody day for you. Again, hopefully you follow the rules. So anybody that had a bloody day, right? Hopefully you know how to average down on the side. All right. So you take the 40% rule for options, you buy a second position. You cannot enter into any position with all of your money. You must be able to average down. So I mentioned this. I haven't mentioned this in a long time, but when I started trading, and I learned about averaging down because I just knew it from my financial days. But when I started trading my own accounts, I used to average down 5 times per trade, stock or options. And I generally was in stock for at least like the first, even when I knew about everything else that was going on, I was in stock because I knew it was safer. Now, trading was different back then. All right. Options are more what's the word I'm looking for? Cash liquid, more liquid now. Right. So that's the good thing about options. And I like options because options let you lever your money. And again, if you learn about options and learn the safe way, anybody can trade options. So that's the great thing. All right, let's keep moving on. Bloody day. Am I still in plug? Yeah, I'm still in plug. I just joined into plug today. And again, I mentioned this earlier. You probably asked these questions a long time ago. My options expire May 7th. May 21st for plug. And I couldn't be happier. I'm so glad I followed the rules. And the people that don't understand the rules, there's a trading platform right here, 349 Trading. I don't charge a lot of money. It's $3.49 a week. It has my rules. It has my lessons. It has my examples. The point is, you follow the rules. You buy yourself within enough time. So on red days or stressful days or 5 days in a row, right? As long as you got a great entry point, it's less stress. So instead of being down 40% of your option play, maybe you're down 20%. Again, it's not a great thing. You're not bragging about it. Like, hey, dude, yeah, I'm down 20%. What about you? You're down 30%. Excellent. No one's happy about being down. No one likes days like today. All right. So what else are we doing here? Add something to my watch list, my portfolio. Okay, sorry. Let's see. This is the next question. How do you know when to add something to your portfolio that's on my watch list? So if I see good volume and good activity there, good demand, then I will add it. So I was talking about certain stocks before, like Foot Locker, like Urban Outfitters. I'm sure you can look at Abercrombie. I mean, I'm sure all these are all stocks, right? Or even like Restoration Hardware, right? They're in every mall. So yeah, if I was going to add something, those are the kinds of stocks I'd be looking at. NFTs, again, light volume, but I know there's demand for NFTs. So I'm definitely going to make an NFT play this week because I can wait it out. I know these NFTs are going to take off. I might even make 2 NFT plays, 2 best in class, long-term investments, 25% rule. If it happens to go down 10%, because these NFTs are wild, I will buy a second position. I might buy 8 positions. If it goes down and I think I get great value and I think I'm going to get the return, that's where I'm going to go. So if you missed the earlier part of the presentation because you're tuning in late, one of them was, I'm just going to give you one more time. Again, the 2 leaders to me are TKAT, right? And the cheaper one is Dolphin. I almost called it Blue Dolphin for some reason. But it's off 7% today. It's off 1.5% after hours. It seems to have support. It's been selling 2 days in a row. And the other days, demand was strong. And the volume on average is 5 million. And today's volume was under 1 million. The 52-week low is 2.25. So we're not going to retest that. Now with NFTs, the high was $32. So I don't think we're retesting 32. But I darn well think that I could get a good return out of this one. So yeah, I'm probably going to look at this tomorrow. Hopefully it'll tank a little more. Off 1.5%. Since it was off 7.5% today, I'm actually going to look, hopefully, maybe to get in when it's off 4.5% tomorrow. I don't know. Sometimes numbers just come to me. So if it's off 4.5%, that would be about 48 cents off. I'm probably going to look to enter into it under $10. If I get into Dolphin under $10, I would be happy. Now, the problem is $10 is a firm number for a lot of people. It's like a mental number. So if a stock crosses $10, it's likely probably going to go to like 960, 970 before it bounces back. All right. So that might be a tricky point there. I might actually try and get into 970 if I see it tank. or 966 or something like that. Same with stocks that are around $100. If you look at Crocs, CROC, probably the symbol. All right, they announced earnings the other day. Somebody pushed for 88. It was like 97. Someone's going, oh yeah, it's going to break 100. $100 barriers are very tough, especially in bearish markets. Now, if we were green for 2 days, Crocs would probably be at 112. But I'm not telling you to invest in Crocs. What I'm telling you is Crocs actually has retail stores as well. People like Crocs. I've never worn a Croc. Supposedly, they're really comfortable. All right, so you might want to look at that. Again, it went down. I might as well look at it since I'm talking about it. I might as well give you guys all the information. You're here listening to me. I'm here talking. Sorry for the delay. Let's look at Crocs. Crocs, here we go. Yeah. Okay, $98. Yeah. So they were selling 3 out of the last 5 days. There was buying 3 out of the last 6 days. So it's very even, but the stock hasn't retraced that much. And there is demand, and they must have crushed earnings because the chart looks on fire. So yeah, it's a momentum play. It's something that I might take a 25% position. All right, how do you know what to ask me? Okay, so we just did that. So yeah, again, if I don't give out my stock picks, because they are alerts and they're platform members only, but I figure if you guys are watching my live stream for now, I want you to know what I like. I share through transparency, and it wouldn't be me to do any other. And I don't like to lead bag holders, and I don't like people. So yes, KBAL, I entered into 2 positions today. I'm holding that stock until it hits my price target, which is north of $20, implying close to a 50% gain. Now, does that mean 6 months? I don't know. Look at KBAL. Look at the 1 month. Look at the demand. It's buying day after day after day. I don't care. It's light volume. Eventually, someone's going to take a nice position, and it's going to push the stock up and get more people interested. All right, so let's go on. Everybody's day is good. So we got SRNE. Here we go. So yeah, any hope? Yes, you need a green day. If tomorrow is red and the next day is red, it's not going to be good for the options. Simple as that. Now, am I expecting red and red? No, I already made my my prediction about the market, what we're going to see tomorrow. So again, I think, and when we talk about the market, I know the Dow was up today and tech was down. I think tech selling is going to stop. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow or Wednesday, but I'm 50-50 on one of those days happening, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right. So I'm like 98% it's going to happen one of these 2 days, all right? So I'm going to be right. It's either going to be tomorrow or Wednesday. Tech's going to turn around. Now, I'm saying tech's going to bounce hard, but everything that I've seen in the history of the market, when I follow the market, when the bottom's finally there are so many people that can't wait to jump in because they want to be first to be in that stock. They want to get the best deal. Oh, this is changing. Oh, this momentum's changing. I want in right now. So that's what I'm saying. So watch tech, okay? The 1 month chart, again, is great. It shows you demand inflow versus outflow very early in the morning. So I'm looking at that on every single one of my stocks around 10:15. All right. Unfortunately, I saw plug, but I thought plug might turn around. I thought the market would turn around. The Dow was strong. So again, I made a mistake. It sucks, but I entered using my 25% rule. I bought 2 positions. I lost $1,200 there today. It's not the end of the world. I'm not happy about it. I don't like losing any money any day. Do you like losing money? Probably not. I'm talking to you. Nobody likes losing money. So please have a plan. Don't be scared. All right, let's move on. Oh, so is there hope? Yeah, there's hope. You need a green day. You need 2 green days. This could easily pop back to $8.80. That's where the wall was. So that's where I noticed. So I looked at SRNE during the day, and I looked at where they put the wall. Somebody put the wall at $8.80, meaning if there was some type of news, if there was some type of catalyst, if the market changed, if something like that, somebody who's willing to share it is selling their shares at $8.80. So that's like the roof. So that's where I think the stock could go. And I think it could go there in 2 days. So if we have green, yeah, I think we're there. If tomorrow's red, that stock still holds good at 790 or something like that, and then we have green, yeah, you can expect 850, 860, 870. I mean, you'd probably take anything. And once you see the direction change, so if you look at 10:15 a.m., look at the 1 month chart. If you see green and there's more inflow than outflow, that's how the rest of the day is going to go. It's amazing. It works for so many stocks. And I see it. It works the reverse side too. You know what? I'm going to share that tomorrow. I'm going to make that an alert. I'm going to point out a stock that started out and it's only down like 20 cents, but I'm going to tell you that it's going to go down a lot more. So I'm going to buy some puts tomorrow. Everybody happy? You all want me to buy puts always. Hey, how come this dude doesn't talk about puts? He's so bullish. He's blah, blah, blah. I'm going to find me some puts tomorrow. I'm going to show you what I'm seeing at 10:15. I'm going to buy in by 10:20, 10:25 when the spread's narrow. I have a rule about that. All right. So I got in your plug call below. Yeah. So yeah, somebody actually typed in, they got in plug at 26:38. And I was like, yeah, That's a great price because I just lost 2.5%. And if I'm still feeling strong about plug and you beat me by 2.5% in whether you bet stock or options, it's a crazy price. Let's see what else we got. Watch my video at the today. Plug 26. Okay. Yeah. Everything went down. It was great. Holding $8. Not too worried. Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about that. I already spoke about EBON. Again, there's definitely a short there, which isn't great. But again, it only takes one institution or one buyer to get rid of the short. It's not like real hedge shorts because they would be pushing that way lower. It's people that are like, oh, I'm going to jump on board. This stock goes down 10 cents every day. Why not sell 5,000 shares and make $500? That's what we're seeing. So I'm looking for some type of squeeze. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm think it's coming, but again, I can't guarantee it. EBON and lost. Yeah, the EBON sucked today. I can't help that. But again, they came out with their earnings. EHang a buy. Yes. So I think EHang just fell off a cliff. I'm purchasing tomorrow. I didn't see that happened until later today. I so would have bought in at the close of the market. I like EH. I still think EHang is like a $40 stock. It's still my price target. I think I bought 2 other positions the other day. I said, oh, I love this chart. It looks good. And of course, it fell like 16%. So yes, I will probably be buying 4 to 8 positions tomorrow to average down significantly. That way I can take my average. Actually, so that's what, okay, that's a great example. So EHang, remember Romeo Power, RMO? We're in Romeo. We went up 20% from my alert. Okay. A week later, we went from being up 20% of my alert to down 20%. And then it dropped another 5%. And then what happened one day? We had some news. The stock jumped up 60% and we sold for a profit. We sold for over 20% profit. So yeah, EHang, what am I going to do? I'm going to average down by 4 or 8 more positions. So EHang, my average was $26 and I believe 20 cents. It went up north of $30 and now it's back down to like $23. So I went from being up 15% to now being down 15%. So that happens. It happens to all of us. The earnings weren't that great. It's a Chinese company, so people are more fearful. Again, EBON's a Chinese company. EBON's earnings weren't that great. Other Chinese companies. So you look at other charts like SOS or FTFT. Again, beat up, and shorts are still there. Even though you think they're gone, they're not gone. I looked at those charts today. I'm not happy about it. There are some shorts in Riot. I haven't seen shorts in Mara. I haven't seen shorts in CAN, but I've seen shorts. I'm looking at the Bitcoin stocks. All right. So do we have many more questions? If not, SOS thoughts. Wow. Okay. It just happened that I was mentioning SOS. I'm actually going to look at the chart again because I was just fly by night looking at SOS because I was curious whether it was back at $6 or whether it was $4. So yeah, it's $4. Volume is so light. Now you'll say 13 million. That's not so light, but yes, it is. Comparatively speaking, we have 4 out of the past 5 days selling. Now this takes us back to Bitcoin and the Bitcoin predictions. So they said before the market closed on Friday that Bitcoin pressed 58,000 because there were tons of options that were expiring and that it would not hold 60,000. I mentioned that over the weekend. I shot a video and I said that they said there's only like a 30% chance it would actually hold 60,000. It's more likely that it'll hold the 56,000 range, and it's definitely like 70% likely that it holds 54,000. I was like, 54,000? Are they kidding me? So what's that mean? It means the institutions know this. If you're in Bitcoin stocks, if you're in Marriott, SOS, FTFT, and you're waiting for Bitcoin to jump because other cryptos are jumping, all right? Don't. The institutions know this. If your stocks were moving, FTFT, SOS, EBON, if all these stocks were moving that are related to Bitcoin, then yes, you could say, okay, well, yeah, they purchased new options. So I'm actually going to do some more reading this weekend. I'm going to read about a ton of other cryptos. I know that you guys love cryptos. So anybody here that loves cryptos is like, yeah, I'm going to read up this weekend coming up. I'm going to figure out the best cryptos. I'm going to figure out which cryptos make the most sense. And that's what I'm going to start sharing with you. I know everybody loves crypto. So if you're with me this long, yeah, we're going to look at that. Okay, so SOS, yeah, let me actually look at that. So yeah, I mean, it's just been selling, which is tough, but volume is so light. And again, if Bitcoin spikes, SOS will do fine. But keep in mind, 18.5 Bitcoin has already been mined. 2.5 million Bitcoin has not been mined. All right, so we're like at 82% has been mined. It's in the public. You could buy it. I could buy it. Institutions could buy it. Anybody could buy it. So all these other companies, FTFT, SOS, BTBT, NCTY, and there are so many companies like that. They're all fighting over 18% left of Bitcoin to farm. So to me, it doesn't make sense. And maybe institutions have figured that out. So my Bitcoin play, if you think Bitcoin's going up 120,000, 150,000 by year end, MSTR, it is the Fort Knox of Bitcoin. It's like $660, $640 per share. It's expensive, but they own 71 million Bitcoin. They probably own more now. All right. Tesla owns $1.5 billion of Bitcoin. Again, there's information out there. You can see that. Let's just go down to the next question. If you could, let's see. All right. You have Carnival, Delta, SRNE, due Friday. What are my thoughts? Okay. Here, real simple. Okay. First of all, you need a green day, but you have two thoughts. Okay. If you have a green day for any of these options or any other options that anybody else is in, pay attention real carefully. All right. So if it happens tomorrow, great. If it doesn't happen, it happens Wednesday. You want to sell your position on the spike and plan ahead. So whatever your options are, let's just pick one out, and it's say CCL, and it's at $28, and you're looking for a spike tomorrow for it to go to $28.75. So you sell your option for 75 cents on the spike, okay? And then should CCL sell off back to $28, you then buy the option a week or two later for the same price. So you get, let's say, 75 cents, and then you go out a week and you buy the same option. Maybe it won't be 75, but maybe it'll be 90 cents. The point is, you sell at the peak, you buy at the dip, and you give yourself an extra week or an extra 2 weeks. The pricing might not be identical, but the same thing, I would say the same thing for all three of those stocks. I can't help the market's been like, it feels like it's been attacked or beat up. Volume is so light. So if you missed the beginning, volume is so light. But I actually like all three of those stocks. And if you told me you had options that expired like end of May, but even better, June or July or even September. If I had like $10,000 tomorrow, I could throw $10,000 in each one of these stocks and take September options. I didn't realize how much I like options that are like so far out of the, so far expiration. It just relieves all the stress. I used to be stressed every day, like, because I wanted to be right. And if I was wrong, I'd be upset at myself. But if you want to learn about options, again, episode 3, but it's the same thing. Plan in advance, get the sale. Get the option when it's on sale. You look in advance, look at September, whatever stock it is. You find an option right or in or at the money. So I used the example of NEO before. It was September, $40 it's around. I bought a call. Instead of paying $6.90, which it was this morning, I paid $5.90. People that I alerted to paid $5.75, $5.80. Not a huge difference. Okay, but the difference is we have till September. And if I'm right about NEO, say it's $55. That makes the option contract worth $1,500. If I paid $583 or $590 and it's worth $1,500, guess what? I just made a return of what, like 187%. That's huge. 187%. You got to figure out these things. Again, I do crazy things in my head with numbers. Should I worry about me or June 21st TRIT options? Okay. So you're only down 20%, which means you got a good entry because you probably should be down more. That stock's been beat up. Every time I think they were going to come out with earnings in February, then they were going to come out with earnings in March, and they were going to come out with earnings in April, then May. So, I mean, I wish I had a crystal ball, and sometimes I used to have a crystal ball, and sometimes I do, but I couldn't tell you, should you worry? No, I wouldn't worry about it. I actually like this stock. I think it's a double-digit stock. Is it going to 20? Maybe not in this market. In the market that used to be months ago when we were in January and February and everything was frothy, I was like, yeah, the stock should be $20, $25, and I believed it. Now, I would be happy with $10.50, but I'm talking about relatively soon. I want to see it by like mid-June, $10.50. When they come out with earnings and they say their customer base increased 50% again and their traders increased again like another 50%, and the amount of trading that's happening so I'm looking for good things. If they upset me, I will never speak about that company ever again. You bought Tiger options today. Hopefully you bought them for today. If you didn't, then I would love to know how much you're down or up or what your position was. If you entered at the 25% rule, so say you bought one option and you're down, follow the rules. If you're down 40 or 50%, okay, you're out long enough to May 21st, I would buy an extra option. So Tiger, T-I-G-R, okay? I don't have any current option positions, and I wish I had bought today before close. Why? TIGR tends to rotate, meaning one day it's off like 7%, the next day it's up 12%, the next day it's off 8%. It rotates like every day. Same with the Dow. So the Dow ended up 220 points today. I hope I'm wrong, but so far the Dow's been rotating one day on, one day off. So that says tomorrow's going to be a Dow sell day. Now I hope I'm wrong because I'd like to get some value out of my options, my Carnival, my Delta and whatever the other one was, SRNE. All right, let's go. So Tiger options, yes, average down the right way. If you're in there till May 21st, please, I do like the stock. I like the options. But if you're down 40 or 50%, yes, buy a second contract, buy a third contract. Got it? Do not go all in. Don't be like, oh, this is the bottom. I'm going for it. I got $8,000. Boom. Somebody actually did that, and the stock went up 14% the next day, and he crushed it, which was great. But again, there are rules for a place. It's okay. So it's all about risk versus reward. If you're new following me or new watching the video, and please, guys, pay it forward, right? It's funny that you're saying that. Share this video with someone. I'm going to retweet it later, but please, I'm just here to educate. I'm here to make you better at trading. Again, the one goal going forward is to make you a better trader. If you can get a better entry point or understand what you're doing more and you're not losing money or you're not scare selling because you understand about market direction or you understand about the lunchtime dip, or that a double dip in the morning, so you don't buy after the first dip, you buy after the second dip. Again, these are all little whatever. These are all little things that you pick up from watching with me. I don't know. Sometimes they're just different words to get sick. I have a small account challenge where I started with 120. I buy only options. Oh, yeah. So Love is killing it. And again, anybody that wants to do an option challenge, right? I closed out my Robinhood account. I made from that challenge over, it was like 183%, I think. I showed you guys I took $2,200. It went down to $1,700. So I told you we all could lose $500. I was down 22%. And then what did I do? In 3 days, I took it from the $1,700 all the way to $5,500. I let it come down to $4,900, and I sold everything. And I told Robinhood, piss off in the nicest way, because I don't like Robinhood. I don't like the way they do things. I don't like how it sells your options at a certain point. Again, it was a small challenge for me, so it sold some of my options on Friday. It pissed the hell out of me. Has that happened to you? If it's happened to you, again, find a different account. So people have reached out and said, oh, I can't be a day trader. I can't make one more trade. If you're having that problem, if you have no money, it doesn't matter. So you have $250. So take $250, put it in one account, $250 in another account, trade one stock in this account, one stock in this account. Just split it up. Don't worry about being a pattern trader. If that's the thing you're worried about, say you have $1,800 left in your account. And I speak from personal experience when I was messing around with options, and it was like, you're going to be a pattern trader. And I was like, I had $1,900. And it was like when I was just messing around like over a year ago. I still wasn't trading, but I saw something on TV and I was like, yo, I'm going to invest in this company. And I knew the company, I knew the stock was going down. And I was like, if I sell it, it'll be a pattern trader. And I was like, I'll just hold on to it and sell it the next day. Well, what happened? The $1,900 that I would have sold it, right, and been a pattern trader and took my money out and moved it to another platform, it ended up being $683 by the time I sold the next day. Because I missed the open and I was wrong, and then the stock went down, and then I was wrong again, and the stock went down and no one was buying out. $693. So it went from $1,900 to $690. And again, it was a while ago, didn't really matter, but it upset me that this happens. So again, if it's going to make you a pattern day trader, but you think like you're in options and you think you could lose a lot of money, be the pattern day trader. Close out the position, save the money, and start again. Just like casinos are open 24/7, right? Casinos are always open. Please, the stock market's always open. If you miss this week, I guarantee there's a dip next week. If you're calling the bottom of a stock, guess what? I mean, I call the bottom all the time on stocks, and I'm wrong by 10 or 20 minutes at least, if not a day. And I'm very good at this. So if you're calling the bottom and you think you're smarter than everybody else, or you're buying that one option contract and you think you're getting the best deal and it goes down more, don't be upset at yourself. It happens to all of us, but that's the reason that you follow the rules. You buy one, it goes down 40%. You buy two more. Say it goes down again, but you have more time. Then you buy three more. So now your 3 of your 4 positions are in. You're in for like $750. The point is, it doesn't need to get back to the starting line. If it goes back a little, guess what? All 6 of your contracts are going to be profitable. 6. So instead of having one contract up here thinking the stock was going to go higher, the stock actually went down. You have 6 contracts. It bounced a little. And guess what? You made more money with 6 contracts than you would have with one contract up here. So it's crazy how the market does that. So if you're not understanding me, again, I'll slow it down just real quick. I'm sorry to repeat myself, but this is a perfect example. You buy an option contract. Say it's $200, right? It goes down to $120. You buy 2 more. So now you have 3. Total of 3, probably like $420 in, right? It goes down a little more, but you have a couple more months. So now you have 6, and you're in probably for like $700, right? it goes back. It doesn't have to go back to $4. If it goes back to $2, you're crushing it with a 30% return. So you got beat up once with one contract. Then you got beat up when it went down and you bought 2 more. So now you got beat up twice, right? Then it went down again. So now it went down 3 times. You got beat up 3 times and it only went up once. And guess what? Your 6 contracts are now profitable. So instead of riding it down, now if you're new to options and you buy one contract and you're like, I'm just going to ride it out, I can't afford another, and it goes down 70% or 80%, and then it comes back 40%, guess what? You're still down 40% because you're not doing it the right way. All right, let's go to another question. I know it's getting late. Carlos is driving tonight. I got Boris helping me, which is awesome. Can you do a live option transaction? I don't have any money in Robinhood because I took it out, like I said, but sure. I guess I can show you a live transaction. Give me 1 second. Let's just find a stock here. D-Dog. All right. So basically, you find a stock. You tell it you're going to trade. You look at an expiration, see May 21st, and let's say the stock's going down because we think the Nasdaq's going down. So we go to May 21st, and we find buy a put. It either wants you to buy or sell. I never sell, so I'm always buying. If I think a stock is going down like the put, so I'm going to buy it. And I'll buy it out of the money. I like to buy put contracts out of the money. So the stock's around $81. I would probably buy the $75 put here, which is $2.55. Okay. So each one contract would be $2.55. So just to reaffirm there. Okay. I own D-Dog stock. Let's not talk about it. I'm just giving you an example. D-Dog, say the NASDAQ goes down for 5 more days. D-Dog will probably drop from $81 to like $72. All right. That's just fact. It'll probably drop 10%. I don't think the Nasdaq's going down for 5 more days, but it's possible, and we will be prepared if it does. So there are ways to do it. Again, it's very easy. Just take it one step at a time. You're buying, you're trading, you enter the symbol, then you decide if you're buying it. So you're either buying a call or a put. A call, you're going up, a put, you're going down. Sorry, I'm sitting in front of these lights. We're over an hour. I'm going to do like a couple more questions. Oh, yeah. Okay, Mike, 5,000 shares. Okay, somebody else I know bought 500 shares. So that's great. Now, the point is, Mike, and I'm not telling you what to do. You do whatever you want. A stop loss might be good, but you're in at 30 cents. It's 50 cents, right? I mean, you'll correct me if I'm wrong. 50 cents. So you're up 60%, over 60, 64% in what, 2 days? I think it was Thursday evening we were talking about it, and people said, you can't wait for Monday when this thing goes up. I guess they were waiting for the offering to close, so they were right. But the point is, you're up 60%. So you made an excellent trade on $1,500. That's great. You made $900. Right? Yeah, $900. Excellent, Mike. So the point is, it's not your actual money yet until you sell the position. If you sell the position, you just made $900. If for some reason this stock goes from 50 cents down to 37 cents, guess what? Now you're only up $350. So it's not profit until you close out the account. But again, if you can make 60% in whatever it is, again, usually options for me. If I can make 60%, I'm selling. I'm selling in one day. What was that stock? I crushed. I made like a 200% overnight. All right, let's keep going. Next one. Okay, so HCMC. So I don't know the stock. Sorry, I got to get out of this. HCMC, I don't know the stock, but you're mentioning a lawsuit. So if it's a Webull story about a lawsuit, it's being sued by a firm, and if you got in the stock at this price, you can sue. It's probably BS, okay? All these companies do, these law firms, is they advertise. Oh, there's going to be a lawsuit. There's going to be a class action suit. It's all bull. I want to curse. I want to say much worse words because they intimidate, and all you do is keep reading the same story. And if it's not that law firm, it's one more. So I'm just going to look at the news real quick once I pull this up. I don't know it. It's an OTC company. I don't know. I mean, their lawsuit could be real. There was tons of selling today, tons of outflow, and it's not even 2 cents. It's 2/100ths of a cent. So I can't answer you. I don't play around in penny stocks. To me, penny stocks are way too dangerous. So I'm going to buy, 1 million shares of a fractional thing. So I'm going to put in like $2,000 to own I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. What do I think about Ethereum? Yeah, I mean, Ethereum is awesome. So here's the great thing for you guys. I think I told you already. I'm going to study crypto this weekend. I'm going to look at every single coin and what they do and who would be using them. And I'm going to give my own analytics. Again, psychology is trading. If it's a coin that's BS, nobody wants to be in it, great, it's not going to move. If it's a coin that has real features that do things for people that people will take advantage of, I want to share that with you. And again, I found my Uniswap crypto, and I got in like sub $20, and now it's north of $40. And again, I know some of you guys kill it, and you kill it with the cheaper currencies. I know some currencies go 600%, 800%. I'm a realist. If I get 100% on a currency move, that's awesome. All right, let's keep going. Love, share something. Let's keep going a little. Love, share your methods. I have a small account too. Okay, yeah. So anybody, Love is amazing. Smart woman. She teaches accounting. She teaches class. She trades well. But best of all, she follows the rules. So nobody's perfect. And I hear her say, this was a terrible day. I lost 18% of this day, but the market was bloody. She has such great entry points because she doesn't have FOMO. So anybody that doesn't know, fear of missing out, okay? If I tout a stock, if you're touting a stock, if someone's touting a stock and you see it going up on CNBC, they always talk about a stock at lunchtime and you see it and all of a sudden the ticker goes up. Wait, if you actually want to buy a stock, go down to something else. Yeah, let's answer one more question. Great rule, no. Again. So in the 349, we have a community for everybody where you guys talk about different things. Somebody will ask a question, 8 people will answer them. Again, it's small. I think we're under 1,000 people. Once we get to 10,000, it's going to be a helpful community to everybody. So listen, I appreciate everybody being here today. We're going to cut it here. Again, I'll have more to talk about tomorrow, hopefully. Put those stocks on your watch list. And again, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for being with me.